O Stri kal aana. You heard that? Oh exams kal aana. Well, exams, please be nice. Welcome to the Mindful Conversation with me, Dr. Dawood Vaid, and today we talk about the most talked about topic and written about and waited for, exam phobia. Well, the word phobia is a misnomer with exams, but as always, we'll take up 10 questions randomly and try to decode this mystifying thing that we call the exams. Right away, jump into it. The world of exams can be stressful, can be fearsome, can be joyful, mostly stressful again, but why is it so? As parents, we are going through a same routine of our board exams the way our kids are going through. How do we calm down? How do we bring Zen into exam? Let's take up questions 1 to 10. Question number 1. Are exams really a measure of intelligence or just a test of memory? Exams aren't just about learning, it's also about your calmness, your presence of mind, your time management. So it also is what we call residual memory. Nobody scores in an exam just because you studied a few days back. You score an exam because you understand the whole pattern. So a standard stupid answer maybe, but it is measuring both your information and your intelligence and how much can you recall. Perhaps I can do a lot of quotes when I were prepared for it. Today, if I randomly talk to you, I may not be able to give you quotes. So please don't think that you can just come back, sit for an exam and ace it. This is not a Coursera test. Exams are meant to test your memory power. Please, with Chamanprash or without it, no Bonvita, it has too much sugar into it, but make sure you sit and prepare well for the exams. Question number 2. How can students shift from exam stress to exam readiness? The answer is in the word itself. We are studying. Only STU is silent. Somehow exam stress keeps something dying in it. Think of an exam like a flower pot. Can you just put it into sunlight, put some fertilizers, put a lot of water for a few days and expect it to grow? No. The same way, it might be too late for a lot of you hearing about it, but exam readiness is what we call exit tickets. Something I enjoy telling my kids. When you finish an assignment, if you need to exit the classroom, you need to a ticket. Tickets are required for entry to an amusement park or a train ride. If you could do exit tickets in a school, the way we have these tickets, it is so much fun. It still gives you a little bit of pressure, but over the last few weeks, if you've done enough exit tickets, those become a proof of your success. Exam readiness has another tangent to it. The tangent is, I wish the students keep the exit tickets together. It is a sign that I've done so much. It's not about memorizing it. It's a belief. This is the placebo effect. You want your child to believe I'm more prepared than they actually are. It will make a huge difference in their life. Question number 3. What are the top 3 mistakes students make while preparing for the exams? The first mistake a child or a student makes is waiting for the exams to come to prepare for it. If only you could spread it across. Think about a beautiful buffet. Imagine if you want to jump into a buffet and eat it all. The most lightest food we eat is actually in a buffet because we don't even know the taste of it. That's your mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is not looking at the chapters and planning it well. The way I look at Alan Turing's imitation game. When you think of a man like him, he can see the enigma code in his mind. Can you decode the entire textbook in your mind? You should know how many chapters, how much percentage per chapter. You should know which to skip and which to learn. Somewhere we forget to prepare for textbooks. We prepare for the exams. We don't prepare to be prepared in terms of it. And finally, the last thing is, please decode your question paper. It's not about how much you know. Let's say I love the subject, I studied so much about it, and the question paper asked me a very irrelevant question that was not a part of my study. Let's for example, I studied a lot about a simple concept of gravity. And I knew about gravity, I knew about Newton, I know about a lot more about gravity. The question paper wanted to know about moon's gravity. How much will I weigh if I'm 60 kgs here in moon? I think it is 1/3, it will be 20. If I did not look at the problem solving and I prepared the text, the concept, the theory, I will fail in my exam. So look at the question paper, decode it, it will help you a lot. Question number 4. Does last minute studying actually work or it's just an illusion? Oh my goodness, this is so close to my heart, me and my engineering friends. If not for last minute studying, none of us would be engineers today. So no, I will not discount. I'll say no, it matters. All-nighters matter a lot. We used to go in a hostel, we used to go to remote areas. Some of them were haunted and we would study. Even the ghosts will be afraid of us. So yes, you can put in the effort. You can burn the midnight oil. It makes a difference. It's not an illusion. But I feel if you are a little prepared longer, your exams will be a little smoother and nicer. So please make sure, what happens in an exam? Tick tock, mind block, pen stop, eye pop, full shock, jaw drop, time up, no luck. Don't do that. So if you put an all-nighter and the eyes are sore, I had one of my very good friends who's in Australia now. He put an entire all-nighter, went to the exam, and you could literally hear him snoring. I know most of you will never do that in a board exam, and the sleep that you finish after the last exam is the best nap of your life. But wait for it. Enjoy the process. Go ahead about it. Alright, what's my question number 5? How can parents support the children without adding extra pressure during exam? I saw this beautiful thing. My parents care more about my uniform than about my education. Schools, parents can be more empathetic, more caring. A lot of time we scare our kids with our words, with the consequences that are not there. If you fail this exam, you'll never do in life. Trust me, if you look at my and my friend's 10th examination scoreboard, please make it understand. I'm not saying marks aren't relevant, but if you look at them and what they've done in life, the toppers have been struggling and the sluggards have been achieving, high flyers. So tell a child it is not a reflection of your ability, but it's a reflection of your effort. Mindset says praise the effort, not the result. A parent can do so much of it. I wish I could fit a memory card into my brain for the exams because there's so much of information we have to regurgite. But that's the way it is. You need to do that and you need to teach them. Well, go ahead, ace it. Like many things in life. I want to fly out to Singapore. I don't like the visa process. It's tough. The immigration form, the queues of it, the waiting, the stopover. But yet, I need to reach and do all of this to go out to Singapore. If you are in US, it's longer. The H-1B visas, the embassy, the dates will come 6 months late and you're not sure. You have to give from your PAN card to Aadhaar card to your marital status to your bank statement. You get the point. Tell them exams are like that. The next time they complain, give them a real life situation that you have to go through the grind to see something beautiful. And this is what exams mean to us. They will understand it better. Question number 6. What strategies can help students perform better in subjective versus objective examination? See, this is for competitive examination. Let's decode NEET. There's 720 marks. Biology is half of it. Physics and chemistry makes the other half of it. Obviously, I have to study more in the biology part. I am doing my CAT examination. Well, there's so much objective now. It's not about getting the right answer. It's also about time management. So one of the most important strategy is your clocks, watches. Well, please make sure you don't use smart watches because most exam centers will not allow you. Start getting used to analog watches or even standard watches because you need to be familiar with it. There is a statement which says, eat a same chewing gum or smell around a specific exam and you will have the recall of an answer if you do the chewing gum. I don't know how many chewing gums are allowed. Smells could be allowed. So you put a small cologne or a perfume, the deodorant, when you're studying that favorite maths problem or the toughest ones and you spray it again when you go to the exam, the confidence will change. I'm giving you offbeat strategies. Make sure you have markers when you learn. Colorful markers. It is a reminiscence of your mind. Okay, there was a purple thing that I marked along the answer. I'm sure that's the answer for you. Also, I remember, decode the answer paper, not the textbooks. I tell again, decode the answer paper, not the textbooks. What I mean by this is you need to actually look at what the questions will be asked. During a test, people look up for inspiration, down in desperation, and left and right for information. Let's hope you are more prepared than this. Alright, question number 7. Do grades define a future success or there is more to life beyond Mars? This is a question. If you answer me, are there aliens out there, ETs and extraterrestrials and all of these things we heard about, paranormal, UFOs, I will answer you this. Because you see, exams are a hurdle. You can't go to life without those. And I'm a homeschooler. I understand that they are just a part of our life, a routine. You see, as a academician who runs Golden Sparrow, complete alternate schooling, I remember I told my kids writing will be obsolete. The only time you will do cursive writing is on your checkbooks. We've got digital signatures now. Yet, the exam system in India will not change for the next 10 years. Why India? Across the world. The best of the boards, IBs and ICSEs, want you to write 2 hours and 3 hours. So you need to develop what I call the muscle memory. My kids, all of the kids, get tired when they write for 15 minutes and they feel, oh my goodness, I can type better. Fantastic, go ahead. Your life will be spent typing today. But you still need to develop the muscle memory. So how many times have you solved a question paper? This is important. So my question was, does your marks define it? Yes. It is not an indication of how intelligent you are, but it defines your success. I met one of the principals of a very, very prestigious school here, and behind him was a book called Grades Don't Matter. And he was refusing admission to an NIOS student. And I said, sir, when will you make that book alive? And he got the child admitted, but for the child's part, he got 90% in NIOS. To be in a top ranking school, you will need some indicators of mark. Well, I will be happy with a Virat Kohli scoring an 80 or a 98, but 100 would be nice. And trust me, I am not for it. I hate when schools, some of the boards give 99 and 100 in English, and I wonder what is there for a child's self-esteem beyond it. You are getting 100 in an English, that means there is no room for improvement. You are the best out there. That's it. What else can you go? There is no way to this. You have reached the ceiling. Sad. Because you only want to bloat your school's result. I have stopped indicating that. There is one school, DPS, who has switched from CBSE to IGCSE because they believe giving marks like this is underrating the very pattern of examination. And I felt, so all you educators out there, all you parents out there, I am someone who use alternate boards. A 70 is a brilliant if your child has 3 more skills. If a child has learnt a new language, if a child can be articulate as a public speaker, if a child has some kind of talent like doodling, drawing, or making a video, anything, or even stitching a shoe, I think your child is much better than a 99% in an ICSE where school is marking and the child has no knowledge of life. On that note, my question number 8, what role does mindfulness play in tackling exam anxiety and improving focus? Well, the Zen state, isn't it? This is it. You need to be mindful. Calm that monkey mind of yours. During the exam, stop twitching. There is a Mr. Bean video where he has 20 pens and none of them are working. Make sure you carry only 3. Minimalistic pouches, minimalistic hand gadgets. A good analog watch is fantastic. Stop having all the exam fears around things. Materialistic is not important. Prepare well. You need to be in a Zen state. It's like going to a battle. It's going on a public stage. It is something you prepare for yourself. Eat well. Drink fluid. Well, not enough so that you have to do the loo break and the teacher doesn't allow you. Plan around it. It's a quote I love. It says, "Dear maths, please grow up and solve your own problem. I'm tired of solving them for you." Well, there's so many things that you have. But the point is, a student who's well prepared is halfway there. Well, let me do 2 fun ones before you can, say goodbye to me. If you could design your own perfect exam, what would it look like? Well, forget it. Open books. I would do a peer learning thing. I would do the toughest paper and say, look, the book is out there, search the answers there. In fact, when I've asked my students in Golden Sparrow to prepare their own exam papers, they're in fact tougher when they do it for colleagues. But an open book shows where the answers are. Well, isn't that what information is? In the world of ChatGPT and DeepSeek, we are actually pushing our kids, but at some point, I'm not changing the system for you right now. Please, let's not get into the argument. Can you be a little more prepared? And yes, I have no time limit examination. Viva instead of writing. We used to be more afraid of Viva, by the way. Maybe some exams could be. So 2-3 things I can do. I do a lot of exit tickets in Golden Sparrow. We do authentic assessments. Well, not for the boards, obviously, but authentic assessments are yourself. You create things, you present it, and they are not projects your parent does. I would love exam like that. And final question, if exams had a lifeline, like a quiz show, the KBC, the Big B show, which one would it be? 50-50, phone a friend, or skip the question? Well, you can tell me in the comments right there. Until then, all the best for your exams. Do well. As we always say, it takes 15 trees to produce the amount of paper to write one exam. Join us in saying, noble causes, no exams. But for that thing to come, we'll have to do a lot of SDG work. Until then, good luck for your exams. Do well. All the best.